Ross, your battle with Nathan Lyon last night, it was pretty clear that you were going to sort of target him if they were bowled down, and then it seemed to all change today. Was that pitch, or was he just bowled differently, or just circumstances?
Probably a bit of both. After losing BJ, we wanted to try and not only obviously score as many runs as we could, but we just wanted to bat as long as we could as well. It's 40-degree heat, a bowler down. It's not easy, and it'd be nice to have been able to bat a bit longer and give our bowlers a bit of a rest. But no, obviously disappointed with our effort of 160. But I thought the fight of our bowlers today was fantastic. Tim and Waggy coming in, and it just showed you how tough it is to bat at night when it's a little bit too paced, and still a long way to go in this Test match. But I thought the fight that we showed as a team, especially in that last session, bodes well for the rest of the series.
Ross, obviously it'll be a huge chase, but the wickets you've taken tonight, do you feel like that does give you a chance to bat tomorrow at the best possible time to sort of get things started?
Yeah, I suppose we still thought there was a chance there that they might try and up the ante and give us a little tricky half an hour, 40-minute period tonight. But obviously being a bowler down and Josh Hazlewood, those are all the different things and the new things that you don't really know with pink ball. No, I guess that's still. It's a 3-match series, and those matchups throughout the whole series are going to be crucial. And we're a long way behind the game at the moment, but if we can show the fight that we showed in the last series, I think we'll give the team a lot of confidence. Obviously coming over here.
With the pitch, Ross, is it starting to crack up? Is it starting to play any tricks, or do you think it'll keep playing pretty well for you guys?
Yeah, I mean the cracks are definitely starting to open up, and you could almost see them on day one. But they were, there's obviously a bit of grass that were covering them. But the teams are bringing out the heavy roller. I'm sure to close them up for a little bit, but then to open them up as the match wears on. But it's a new ground, and 40-degree heat 4 days in a row is going to be tough for both sides, and the wicket has held up pretty well, to be fair. But it can be a bit too paced, and when you do bowl short, as we did today, some were going through and some were staying low, which is also difficult. But in saying that, you just got to find a way of surviving and giving yourself the best chance.
Ross, all of the wickets in that last session sort of came in a similar fashion, short balls, caught, played to fielders, pulled to fielders. Is that something you believe that shows that can be effective throughout the next 2 tests as well, and give you a lot of confidence going into those?
We obviously first and foremost try and get through this match, but we have to wait and see what the wicket's like in Melbourne. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what the wicket. Obviously the last one popped a little bit, so. But it's definitely a tactic that we've used in New Zealand to good effect, and Neil's been a fantastic exponent of doing that, and I'm sure as I said, the matchup throughout this whole series, not just this match, is going to be key, and I think we'll get a lot of confidence from that.
Ross, it'll be a world record chase. What's the belief in the rooms at the moment that you could run it down?
What's the
create a
world
miracle? 418.
418. What's this? It's not a world record yet, is it? Sorry, I love maths. Yeah, I mean, anytime you're going to chase 350, 400 on a wearing wicket, it's going to be tough. But at the same time, we're going to have to wait and see what Australia do tomorrow, and hopefully we can take that out of their hands and wrap it up. But throughout the last few years, the strength of the side is the fighting spirit, and we regardless of what happens, we want to fight and fight right to the end. And it's a strange game, this cricket, and obviously the way the Australian bowled at us in the first innings was they bowled fantastically well, but it's a time for us to step up as a batting unit and show what we can make. what we can do, and not only showing what we can do, but also getting our confidence up as well.
Ross, the final session in the pink ball test seems to be the most pivotal, and batsmen tend to struggle more than the other sessions. Do you think batsmen will eventually master that final session, and what have they got to do to sort of get better at it?
Well, I think the batters, you'd have to ask other batters, but the game of cricket is about watching the seam and seeing what position the bowlers are putting it in. And I think when you're batting under lights, that becomes a lot more difficult, and you can't really, well, I definitely can't really see the seam as much as during the day. So from my point of view, the game of cricket is about being able to see the ball as clear as possible and see what the seam's doing. And just at night time with the pink ball at the moment, it's just a little bit more difficult than during the day.
The 30 minutes when you came in last night was pretty compelling. You were, 2 wickets down, you and Williamson against a couple of blokes who were firing under lights. How does that compare to the most intense passages of your career, do you think?
Yeah, I think not only that, I think you add the crowd and the atmosphere. I thought that was fantastic. First time I've played here, and it was nice when Kane and I were walking out to bat. We learnt a few different words and things. And no, I think that's the beauty about Test cricket, I guess. Being in that hostile environment, bowlers coming at you, and the crowd getting in behind it. I think I can remember watching games like that as a kid. Not only Test cricket but one-day cricket. But it was nice for a pink ball game, to be tested out under those circumstances for a long period of time as well.
Ross, how does facing neutral start with the pink ball compared to facing with the red and white?
I guess I'll answer the red one next week or a couple of weeks when we play him in Melbourne. But no, I think he's bowling fantastically well. I think he's got a little bit more zip behind the ball at the moment. Well, certainly, from the last couple of years that we played him, he's got a little bit of snap back into his bowling, and he's a fantastic bowler regardless of the ball. But I think when the pink ball started, he cleaned up a couple of teams, I think, over here. So I think he definitely likes bowling with the pink ball, and Trent. I think Trent's played two pink ball tests and got 2 fifers. So I think the left armers do like the pink ball.
Ross, you said the success of your bowling attack will depend on the pitches, but you've been on many tours here with different kinds of bowling attacks. Do you think this is probably the most ideal bowling attack you've got for Australian conditions, and also how Tim Southee has evolved during that time?
No, I think every tour. To correct. We've had different bowlers, but I don't underestimate just assessing the conditions and the very experienced bowling lineup and know what lines and lengths to bowl on different wickets, and they assess those conditions very well. Whether it's India, whether it's Sri Lanka, New Zealand and here, and I think that experience has played a massive part in their success and obviously our success as a team as well.